Well, it is the third day of Valorant Masters in Reykjavik. I'm joined right now by TenZ for my first ever Valorant interview. TenZ, we were just talking. Nice to meet you. I don't normally cover Valorant, and my audience is probably more interested in League of Legends generally, so I'm hoping you can help me learn a little bit about Valorant over the course of this conversation. So, first off, many people have told me you are the best pro player in Valorant. Is this true?
I don't personally see myself as the best pro player. There's a lot of flaws and a lot of things in my gameplay that I can definitely work on, especially my communication. I have a lot of things that I need to improve before I can be considered the best, in my opinion.
Is there somebody that you think is the best right now?
Right now, since the scene is so new, it's can't really say. And this is the first event, like the first international land. So I can't I don't really think you can say that there is one definite best player or
Yeah, just
sorry, I'm trying
leader of
to
the
think of
pack, I
words.
guess. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you because one thing I am not used to is seeing North American teams win. That does not happen in League of Legends, and it doesn't happen in many others I know, including CS:GO. So I know the tournament's not over yet, so we can't all just take our victory lap. But why do you think it is that North America seems to be, at the very least, very competitive at this event when maybe we struggle in other esports?
So one thing that happened was a lot of the players that were professional in CS:GO actually transitioned into Valorant, especially in the NA scene. That's why you see the NA scene in CS:GO as kind of quotation dead. But I think a lot of those players they just didn't have the right opportunities, and they were like hardworking individuals. They were all like really insane mechanically. So transitioning into a new game, they were able to have a new start, especially in NA. And for me, I had a new start.
Very good. Well, do you how big is the NAEU rivalry in Valorant in your opinion? Because it seems like it's pretty huge, and obviously it exists in a lot of other esports as well.
Yeah, so the NA versus EU kind of banter is it started off like on Twitter. I remember I think Angel said that an NA team would get 4 rounds max against an EU team, and that's if they won both pistols. So I thought that's kind of funny, and it definitely is really cool to see NA kind of own in an esport for once because I know other games are kind of lackluster.
And so for us, it's like we're finally showing up on that. I mean, is the rivalry all fun and games? Like behind the scenes, are you guys like hanging out at the hotel and talking to each other, or is it really like you really want to show up on and destroy these guys?
So definitely on match day, like you'll be competitive and you'll want to destroy the guys, but I'd say like out of game, like of course you're friendly with all the pro players. You're all working the same job as each other, so it's always good to just be friendly with the other players. And at the end of the day, it's just banter and fun.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody's cool, but I mean, there is a lot of heat in it. I'm sure. Along these same lines, you know, in many different games, especially with Riot Esports, where you don't the international events are not every single weekend. There's a kind of these different regions develop their different metas, and I know that's sort of happened in Valorant as well. Now we get to see those metas clash. So, what do you think of sort of what we're seeing from all these different regions and the way that they're playing? And do you think NA is maybe ahead of the meta? I'm kind of curious.
So I think there is a lot of teams, especially in EU specifically. We were scrimming against the EU teams that we didn't get to see at this event because they failed to qualify. I saw teams like Ascend. They created their own meta. I know Gambit plays in a really unique style. So those two teams in particular are kind of in the back of my mind like really good because they have their own style. And I think the defining your own style is really important part of this game. Such as us, we kind of defined our own style. We play like nobody else. We play like Sentinels.
And clearly it's working from what we've seen so far. Uh, I also heard that you hit Radiant on the EU server. What's the EU server like compared to the NA server?
It's a roller coaster of emotions at times, but when you have good games, it feels really nice. Like I appreciate how competitive the EU region is.
Are the is Do you think the server is more toxic, less toxic, a different type of toxic?
It can get more toxic just due to like certain factors, such as if someone is from Russia, they actually can't communicate with their voice comms or even
Uh,
hear their teammates' voice comms. So that can kind of create some conflict within a team already, like before the game even starts. So I think that's something that needs to be worked on or fixed somehow.
Are you getting recognized a lot in ranked, and do people have interesting reactions to you at all?
Yeah, so when I'm playing ranked, I've been going to like kind of undercover most of the times. I'm taking off the title, so the VCT Masters Champion title.
Yeah.
I took that off, and then I'm hiding my name. But people instantly recognize me from my voice somehow, so I find that really cool, and I appreciate how like the fans interact. They're amazing.
Are they're all friendly? No one ever shit talks you? They're not like, oh, you're gonna get
Yeah.
shit on by EU or anything, anything like that?
No. It's happened a few times, but I can tell that they're saying it in like more of like a friendly banter.
Yeah. Well, I was watching Shroud's co-stream of the event, and he and some of the guys that were on it were discussing. A couple of them were saying they weren't sure how you were going to be able to perform at this event, just because you don't have as much LAN experience, and maybe in the past on CS:GO, for instance, some of these guys have seen folks who looked really good outside of LAN. They show up and then they struggle a little bit. So, were you nervous at all? Because obviously, it's not been an issue for you.
I personally wasn't nervous just because I feel really confident in this game, and I switched so early on that I would say in certain aspects, especially like mastering certain agents or getting as close to mastering an agent, I'm really proficient on Jet, Reyna, and I feel really comfortable just playing my own style, and I find that really cool about this game. I know that's kind of that bad reputation came with me from CS, where a lot of people say I choke on LAN, but it was unfortunate circumstances. I kind of sucked on LAN and online, but for some reason people say I only suck on LAN. So I don't understand that.
Okay, so you're like, people shouldn't have been giving me credit outside of LAN. That was just terrible in general. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing that was interesting was they were just talking about, I think one of the guys was saying that they expect you to do really well for a very long time, maybe be the best, at the very least, NA player for a very long time. And they were talking about how much you play, just how much you grind this game. Shroud even said, I don't know how he plays that much, like as much as you play. So I'm kind of curious for you, how much do you play, and how are you able to grind it so much?
There is a very competitive nature in me, and I always try to be as best as I can and always try to win everything. And dude, I'll play like Mario Party against my girlfriend and try my hardest. So it's just that competitive nature to me that I'll always try hard, I'll grind, and if I feel like my performance is lackluster or I could be better, I just play more.
Yeah. I know your girlfriend's on 100 Thieves. Have you guys done Mario Party content yet that I've missed?
No, we haven't done Mario Party content.
I feel like that would be good content. You should definitely, when you get a chance, maybe after the event, that would be good.
Yeah, I'll keep that in my minds and possibly make a video then.
Good content opportunity. What is it like for you? I know you said obviously maybe you didn't have as much success in CS:GO online, but what is it like for you to be on stage in Iceland at this major event in Valorant? I mean, I'm obviously you've played before, but I'm kind of curious.
Honestly, I'm just so happy that LANs are finally back. I definitely feel like my performance was hindered in some aspects on online servers because I'm far west coast of Canada and my routing isn't necessarily the best. And personally, I think that playing on LAN, like it can definitely elevate my gameplay, especially when I'm feeling it. And one thing I need to get used to is holding angles, which is really, really good on LAN, but is something I'm not able to do at my home. Therefore, I don't have much practice on it for LAN.
Any chance you'll move?
Possibly.
I mean, it seems like the solution. All right, final question is kind of a goofy one. Have you seen the 1996 film Space Jam before?
I think I grew up. That's the Michael Jordan one, right? With the with the dudes that grow.
Yes, well, exactly. That's my question. So in that film, the Monstars steal the powers of NBA athletes to become, good themselves. For you, if you could steal the power of any player at Masters at the Reykjavik event, who would you steal and why?
I have to think about this one. Honestly, I would just steal. I'll steal Scream's power just because, dude, that guy's headshot percentage is insane, and he rips people. So definitely Scream.
Okay, very good. Is there anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Honestly, to all the fans, I appreciate all the support. Thank you for supporting me through my times in CS, through my times in Valorant. I hope you continue to support us throughout the tournament. Appreciate it a lot.
TenZ, thank you so much. It's an honor to interview you, especially as my first Valorant interview. Looking forward to seeing you continue to bring NA dominance over the course of this event, because I didn't get it last week when I was covering MSI for League of Legends. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things Valorant right here on my YouTube channel. Hello, if you're watching this outro and you're wondering why I'm fixing my hair, it's because I want to look good for June 1st. That's when Alienware is doing their Alienware update on Twitch. You can check it out. You go check out their socials. You'll see all this information. But they're showing you some wonderful new updates, some new information on what's going on over at Alienware, and you don't want to miss it. June 1st, twitch.tv/Alienware. Be there or be square. Is that a thing people still say?